right? So how did you get the Academy to say fucking yes to closing down and having dinner at the foot of David?
All right. So the trick answer to that question is I didn't. Okay.
All right.
The answer is I got them to say yes to something else. But the price was allowing me to have what I wanted. So here's the thing.
Good.
I went to I put a meme up on my Instagram post a little while ago saying that I have never had a relationship by accident. Okay. I move with purpose. I'm 55 years old now, and unless it moves the needle, I don't do it. Okay. So I went to the Accademia di Galleria, and before I went to them, I knew what I wanted. And we can play a silly game here. If I phone you up at 8 o'clock at night, before you picked up that phone, even if you see on the phone that it's your mum, it's your best friend, it's Steve Sims, you know they want something. Even if it's just a natter, you know that if someone steps out and calls you, they want something. So understand, every relationship you approach, every person you approach before it becomes a relationship, can be guaranteed confident that you want something.
Okay.
So when I contacted the Accademia di Galleria, it's obvious that they're going to go, well, this guy Steve Sims is contacting us. Why? Why is he contacting us? He obviously wants something. So what does he want? So what you do is you turn that upside down. Okay. So what I did was I did a bit of research. Didn't take too long because we all have these bloody things called smartphones. And I found out that the Accademia di Galleria later on that year was having a gala. It was still just being talked about. There was no date to be set. No details were finalized. But there would be a gala later on in this year to raise money for a roof repair.
Right.
Now, bear in mind, the Accademia di Galleria website is in Italian, but if you push the Google button, it translates that shit. So none of this stuff is hard.
Yeah, right.
But I knew later on.
Right. Note that. I'm gonna none of this. Sorry to interrupt, but that's a slow down moment. That's it.
All right. Okay.
All right. We'll get back to that. None of this stuff is
hard. And you should. Good. So I actually translated it by pushing a button on my smartphone. Discovered that they had a pain point.
Yes.
All right. Everybody has a pain point. Hey, if you're doing a podcast, would you like me to treble your distribution? If you're releasing a book, would you like me to get it into more hands so they can read it? If you're releasing a concert, would you like more people to know you're doing it? If you're launching a new software service on accounting, would you like to meet people that have that problem? Yeah. Everyone has a pain point. Okay. So I realized that pain point was they were going to have to do a gala to raise money to repair that roof. So when I contacted them, my conversation went along the lines of this. Thank you for taking the call. Before we get into the reason I called you, I have heard that you have a gala at the end of this year to raise money for your roof. You know, what's going on with your roof? Please tell me about that problem. Well, we haven't had it repaired for so many years, and now it's getting an issue. And as you know, we house billions of dollars worth of art. We need to protect this. Having a roof over a museum is not like having a roof over a house. It's got to be insulated. It's got to be fireproofed. It's got to be checked. It's got to be impenetrable for people breaking in. It's a different concept, and it comes with a much bigger price tag. How much do you need to raise? I forget the amount of money they needed to raise, but I knew the budget I was working with. So I said, how would you like, before you even go as far as designing a flyer, to have hit a quarter of the budget you require for the event? Would that be of interest and benefit to you?
Just wondering.
Okay? Yeah, just curious. Just throwing it out there. And of course, you know what if I can solve your problem, I'm gonna get a yes. If you're fat, hey, how would you feel if I could make you thin within 24 hours? Would that be of interest to you?
Right.
Oh, hell yeah. Right. If you can turn up as a solution to someone's problem, then it's always going to be a yes. Okay. If you're trying to sell someone something, then there's a liability of a yes or a no, depending on your salesman skills. But if I can solve your problem, I'm always at a yes. The trick is to understand what the problem is first that you're there to be the solution of.